Hello everybody and welcome back to Spacecraft 2. In the last episode, we went and got some Iridium. We got 4 pieces right now. Today we're supposed to go get more. However, I have a plan to get some more. And we're going to start off by making some neutron reflectors. The basic neutron reflectors. Don't worry, we're going to get more Iridium in a bit. And actually, there's actually some Iridium ore already here. Perfect. We'll take 6 pieces of that. That's very nice. And what do we need to make this from? It's pretty expensive to make these, so you'll need 4 Iridium for each plate you make. So to get started, we're going to need to make some tin, some coal, and some copper plating, which copper plating is pretty uncommon. You know how often I make copper plating? Very not often. Alright, so I got some copper ingots. We're gonna throw these into the rolling machine. So we now need some coal and tin dust. We got some tin dust right there. Let's make 2 more pieces of that. And also some coal dust. We only need 1 piece of coal dust, it turns out, because I have 3 of them in my backpack. It's perfect. So look at this, we got almost a full thing done. Oh, it seems I got it backwards. I think it goes like this. This. Oh, okay. I would think the tin would be on the sides, but nope, it is not. Now, we're gonna use some magic on this, and also make 5 more of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and time to go fly up to the tower to do some magic. So welcome to the magic machine, it's right over here. This is a stack of backpacks, and you know what you can do with a stack of backpacks? You can do some absurd things. For example, if we take... Let's make sure this is all filled up so that way nothing gets into that part of our inventory. But, actually, no, I could just move... I could move these guys into there. Oh, and technically, no. Okay, never mind. There we go. Perfect. So we throw in our neutron reflector, and then we throw down 1 backpack. As you can see in these backpacks, we still have a neutron reflector, and in this one we have another neutron reflector. Now that's getting kind of strange, isn't it? Well, I love when games allow me to do this, because this really speeds things up and makes things very fun. You see, I always love when I can just throw backpacks on the ground and make millions of things from absolutely nothing. It's literally just using magic. This is like something a wizard would do. Now, you cannot throw these into this machine normally. This is for placing blocks, technically. However, you can throw them into a hopper, and the hopper can throw them in there for you. The hopper does not follow the laws. So basically, the hopper can do anything it wants. The hopper is the most important part of the machine. It's amazing. So now comes the fun part. Our 5, okay, our 5s are done. Boom, 5 copper plates. And then we'll have to make a million more of these neutron reflectors, I think. Or is it just one? Okay, it's a lot of neutron reflectors. And, oh no, it's iridium reinforced plates? Okay, I thought I would have to compress a bunch of these, but that's good. That's fine. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we need to go get some, that's actually perfect. I have all the stuff we need. I literally have all the stuff we need to make this iridium plate. 18 copper ingots into here because I think I saw some dense copper plating. Which, I mean, I would hope that's not the case, but I definitely think it is dense plating. Which really sucks. That should be good. Let's go. Alrighty, let's get started on this next part. So we go over to the same machine, we do the same thing. This time, however, we are taking iridium... No, neutron reflectors. Just the neutron reflectors. I will not do the iridium. The iridium is meant to be rare. I think we've done iridium before, though. So, honestly, I don't see why not. You know what else we could probably do? The iridium drill. Yeah, we could definitely do anything. We could definitely throw anything into here, and then we could get it back out as double. 8. There we go. I love it's counting up in binary places. 16s. Is that right? Yeah, it's 16 now. 32. We're almost there. And then 64. Perfect. So I have 64 thick neutron reflectors now, which is perfect. It's just literally in a few minutes. These took us so long to make in spacecraft, but you know, ever since I found this exploit, I've just been using this to speed things up a bit. Most things. It does take a little setting up though, which is kind of makes it a bit slower than just. I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. It's not that much slower. I just tend to avoid using it that much because it does water down the experience a bit if you use it too much, so I avoid it. But there are some things I do use it for, like making a million of the same thing over and over again. Because you know what nobody wants to do? Nobody wants to make like a million reactor pieces. Or like, for example, steel ingots maybe. Maybe you don't have much steel and you want to stop making steel. You have like, you don't have much coal left. You've mined your entire chunk out. Then I could definitely see this being quite useful to you, because then, you know, you could definitely use the ability to just duplicate steel from one ingot. So here we got our 2 dense copper plates, and we're gonna do the exact same thing with these, just to speed this up real quick. Usually these reactor parts are the most annoying things to make, because they are a late game item, I guess. I don't know if they are. I think they're like more mid game. The late game IC2 stuff is kind of just boring to me, because all it is just like replicators that sometimes work. So, and that's just from my experience with them. You know. Okay, time to do the same thing again. I will not bore you with all the details of this. Now, one more thing to note about this exploit is that if you have unstackable items, such as, or unstackable items that are the same, let's go ahead and, like, for example, let's say I have, just give me a second, I'll make something happen. For example, 2 of these exact same sword, exact same damage to the sword is not, different in any way. I can stack both of those swords, and that's really unique. Because you do have to be careful with this, because it is kind of difficult to get it into your inventory. You don't want to click and drag at all. It's very difficult to do that. There we go. We now have 2 obsidian swords. Amazing. We now have neutron reflectors, Iridium neutron reflectors, in fact. And I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate these over at the other reactor. And the main reason I'm going over to the other reactor is because I just want to see if it's actually still running. And if it is, then hopefully it's close to done running. Because then you know, it'd be great if it was done running, okay? I'm tired of waiting for these things to be done running. So we're going to go ahead and see if it is or is not running. And if it is not running, we're going to put on our hazmat suit and chuck some fuel rods in our inventory. Or we could just not put on the hazmat suit. Who cares? Okay, here we are at the dimension. And if I head out this direction, up through the hole in the ceiling. I'm running out of fuel. But don't worry, we're going to have enough fuel to get there. This way. Oh my gosh, I almost fell back in the hole. And it should still, it's probably still running because I haven't chunk loaded it in a while. Look at this. It's quite annoying looking. Now let's take out one of those fuel heat vents. As you can see, everything's dropped to 98, yeah. Okay, just throw one of these into here, and then you'll see that things are getting a bit strange. We now have 70, because now this is worth 20 fuel. 20 value, maybe? Is this 20 value? So each of these is worth 5. Yeah, that's 20 now. So both of these have become double. They're now worth 10. So it's basically 20. But as you can see, advanced heat vents, they're going down. They don't like this. There's extra heat in there now. So let's go ahead and do this to all of them and see what happens, because it can't be good. With this guy especially getting heated up by 2 fuel rods. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be awful for him. But it will be fine. Now usually you'll be using quad fuel rods for this. Just because quad fuel rods are way better if you double them, because they're worth the most. And Mox fuel rods are better at higher temperatures, so keep those things in mind, because if you're running a high temperature reactor and you're using neutron reflectors, then you're going to be making a lot of this output. You can get up to like 360 from quad uranium. You could probably get up to even more using Mox fuel rods, so that's good to note. And I also think these degrade the fuel rods a bit faster. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, you found it useful, interesting, I don't know, feel free to, leave a like, maybe subscribe, maybe leave a comment if you have any suggestions or anything. You can do that. I'll see you all next time, and hopefully I don't get zapped by this thing. Oh, I did. Speaking of which, a thing about Industrial Craft 2, if you leave something without insulating it, for example this golden wire, you get zapped pretty fast. So, that's something to keep in mind.